At this very moment, while you are listening to me, your blood is being kidnapped. It is not an exaggeration. It is not a metaphor. It is pure biology. Inside your veins, millions of sugar molecules float like an invading army. They stick to your cells. They adhere to your nerves. They embed themselves in the walls of your arteries. And every second that passes, the damage multiplies exponentially. Your body is screaming for help, but no one taught you how to listen to it. Do you know what the most disturbing thing about all this is? That your organism already has an escape door, an emergency system designed specifically to expel that sweet poison that is destroying you from the inside. But that system is turned off. Let me ask you a direct question. When was the last time your doctor talked to you about eliminating sugar from your body? Not controlling it, not regulating it with pills, but eliminating it, removing it, expelling it forever through urine? Never, right? And there is a reason for that, because if 43 million diabetics in Latin America discovered that there is a natural way to activate that elimination system, the pharmaceutical industry would lose the most profitable business in modern history. But today, in the next few minutes, you are going to discover exactly how to turn on that switch. I am going to show you how a simple cup taken before bed can transform your kidneys into a cleaning machine that works all night, eliminating the toxic sugar while you rest. The main ingredient is probably in your kitchen right now, but the industry paid millions so that you would forget it, so that you would believe that the only solution was to buy their medications month after month, year after year, until your body collapses. Look, if you are over 50 years old and your glucose is above 126 fasting, this is the most important thing you are going to hear today, because it is not just about numbers on a piece of paper. It is about your sight, your feet, your kidneys, your heart, about being able to hug your grandchildren without getting tired, about not waking up with numb hands, about not feeling that fear every time you go to the doctor. Stay with me these minutes. You do not need to take notes yet. Just listen, because today I am going to reveal to you the secret ingredient that scientific studies confirm, but that no doctor prescribes to you. And by the end of this video, you will have in your hands the complete method, the exact formula, the precise proportions, the exact time to take it, and the scientific reason why it works when everything else has failed. Your blood is kidnapped, but tonight we are going to free it. Now, let me tell you something that your doctor probably never explained to you clearly. Those pills you take every day do not eliminate sugar from your body. None of them. Zero. What they do is redistribute it and hide it, push it from one side to the other, as if you were cleaning your house by sweeping the trash under the bed. Metformin forces your liver to produce less glucose. Sulfonylureas squeeze your pancreas to release more insulin. DPP-4 inhibitors prolong the action of hormones that no longer work well, but none, absolutely none, removes the sugar from your organism. Imagine your body as a giant warehouse. Every day, more and more boxes of sugar arrive. The pills only reorganize those boxes. They stack them, distribute them on different shelves, but the boxes are still there. And every month, every year, the warehouse fills up more and more until it collapses. And that explains something that is probably happening to you right now. Why do you keep getting worse even though you take your medications religiously? Because controlling is not the same as eliminating. Your glycated hemoglobin may be at 7. Your doctor tells you it is controlled, congratulates you, tells you to keep going, but meanwhile your feet start to tingle. Your vision suddenly becomes blurry. You wake up 3 times at night to urinate. Your wounds take weeks to heal. Do you know why? Because the sugar is still there, floating, circulating, sticking to everything it touches. And here comes what no one tells you. Those pills have a hidden cost much greater than the $50 or $60 you pay every month. First cost, your liver. Metformin overloads it. Fatty liver appears, chronic fatigue, heavy digestion. But since no one told you that was from the pill, you think it is part of the diabetes. Second cost, your kidneys. By forcing them to process medications every day for years, they weaken, and when they finally fail, they tell you it is a complication of diabetes, but in reality, it was a complication of the treatment. Third cost, dependence. Every year you need higher doses. Then they add another pill, then another, until you end up injecting insulin. And at that point, they tell you there is no turning back, but there is something they are not telling you. Your grandmother did not live in this diabetes epidemic. Your great-grandfather did not carry a bag of pills at 60 years old. What changed? It was not only the food, it was that we forgot how the human body really works. You see, your organism was designed with an emergency elimination system, an ancestral mechanism that our ancestors used when they consumed wild honey or overly ripe fruits. The kidneys. Your kidneys can expel glucose directly through urine. They can sweep it out, remove it, eliminate it forever without needing to process it, without needing to store it. Simply throw it out. But that system is turned off, not because it is broken, not because you are too old, not because your diabetes is too advanced. It is turned off because no one is activating it. And the reason no one activates it is simple. There is no money in teaching you to use what you already have. There is money in selling you the solution every month. There is money in keeping you as a chronic customer. There is money in telling you that your condition is irreversible while they charge you for the rest of your life. But the scientific truth is this: your body already has the switch. It only needs the correct signal to turn it on. And that signal does not come in the form of a pharmacy pill. It comes in the form of specific plant molecules that nature designed millions of years ago, long before the first pharmaceutical company existed. In the next few minutes, I am going to show you exactly what those molecules are, where to find them, and how to use them tonight, because your body does not need more artificial control. It needs to activate its natural elimination system. Now, let me tell you a story that changed everything we know about natural sugar elimination. In the year 2003, a group of researchers was studying indigenous communities in the mountains of India. These people ate rice, ate honey, ate sweet fruits, but something extraordinary was happening. Practically none of them developed type 2 diabetes. The scientists thought it was genetics, they thought it was physical activity, but when they analyzed their blood, they discovered something incredible. Their fasting glucose was normal, but their urine contained detectable levels of glucose every day. Wait, what does that mean? It means that their bodies were eliminating the excess sugar naturally, constantly, and automatically, like a cleaning system that never turns off. And when the researchers asked what they ate differently, everyone pointed to the same plant and herb they consumed in infusion every night before bed. That herb was activating something in their kidneys that modern medicine had completely forgotten. Let me explain how this works, because it is fascinating. In your kidneys, there are proteins called SGLT2 transporters. Think of them as doormen at the entrance of a building. Their job is to decide what enters and what leaves. When you eat, your glucose rises, it arrives, and those doormen have a rule. If the glucose is below 180 milligrams per deciliter, they return it to the blood, they reabsorb it, they keep it. Why? Because your body thinks you are in a time of scarcity. It thinks you need to conserve every gram of energy. It is a survival mechanism from when we were hunters and went days without eating. But here is the problem. You are not in a time of scarcity. You are in a time of toxic abundance. Your blood is saturated with glucose all the time, and those doormen keep returning it, reabsorbing it, accumulating it. They are doing their ancient survival job in a modern world where that job is killing you. Now, what would happen if you could tell those doormen to turn off, to stop reabsorbing, to simply open the door and let the sugar out? That is exactly what they discovered in those indigenous communities. The plant they consumed contained specific compounds, plant glycosides, that sent a direct signal to those SGLT2 transporters. They told them, stop working, rest, allow the glucose to leave, and the glucose left through the urine all night long. Modern science confirmed this decades later when pharmaceutical companies developed SGLT2 inhibitor medications, canagliflozin, dapagliflozin, empagliflozin, complicated names for pills that do exactly the same thing as that ancient herb. With one crucial difference: the pills cost $300 a month and have serious side effects. The herb costs $3 and your body recognizes it as food. But there is something more important you need to understand about the exact moment to take it. Why at night? Because your kidneys do not work the same all day. They have cycles, biological rhythms programmed millions of years ago. Between 2 and 6 in the morning, your renal filtration reaches its maximum peak. It is when your body does the deep cleaning. It is when it expels toxins, metabolic waste, and everything it does not need. If you take the infusion 30 to 45 minutes before bed, the active compounds reach your kidneys exactly when that nighttime cleaning cycle begins. And then something tangible happens, something you are going to notice on your first night. You will get up to urinate maybe 2 times, maybe 3, and that urine will be more abundant than normal. Do not be alarmed. It is not a side effect. It is the sign that the system is working. It is your sugar leaving. It is your blood cleaning itself while you sleep. But for this to work correctly, it is not enough to activate the kidneys. You need 3 mechanisms working at the same time. Mechanism 1, renal activation, releasing the trapped glucose. Mechanism 2, insulin sensitization, preventing more new glucose from accumulating. Mechanism 3, vascular protection, repairing the damage that sugar has already caused in your veins and arteries. And here comes the revolutionary part. There is a specific combination of 3 plants that activates these 3 mechanisms simultaneously. It is not a single miraculous herb. It is a formula, a synergy, a molecular alliance that nature designed long before we understood why it worked. And that exact formula with the precise proportions is what I am going to reveal to you in the next few minutes, because the time has come for you to know exactly what to put in that cup before bed tonight. Very well. The moment of revelation has arrived. The most powerful plant to activate renal elimination of glucose is not green tea, it is not stevia, it is not nopal, it is moringa, Moringa oleifera, the tree of life, the plant that contains the highest concentration of quercetin glycosides that exists in nature. And those glycosides are the master key that turns off the SGLT2 transporters in your kidneys. But listen carefully to this. Moringa alone is not enough, because if you only activate elimination without improving insulin sensitivity, your liver will continue producing new glucose during the night. You will eliminate on one side and accumulate on the other. It is like emptying a bathtub with the faucet open. That is why you need the second ingredient, Ceylon cinnamon. Not just any cinnamon. It has to be Ceylon cinnamon, also called true cinnamon. Cassia cinnamon, sold in supermarkets, has coumarin, a compound that in high doses damages the liver. Ceylon cinnamon has minimal levels of coumarin and maximum concentrations of cinnamaldehyde. What does cinnamaldehyde do? It imitates the action of insulin, binds to the receptors on your muscle cells and tells them, open the doors, let glucose in, burn it as energy instead of letting it float in the blood. It is a natural sensitizer without forcing your pancreas, without exhausting your beta cells, simply optimizing what you already have. And now comes the third ingredient, the protector, turmeric. Turmeric contains curcumin, one of the most potent anti-inflammatories that exist. But its true power in diabetes is another. It blocks advanced glycation. Remember, I told you that sugar sticks to the proteins in your body? That process is called glycation. And when those glycated proteins accumulate, they form rigid structures that harden your arteries, damage your nerves, and cloud the lens of your eyes. Curcumin breaks that process. It protects your blood vessels while you eliminate the sugar. It is like repairing the pipes while you clean the water. So here is the complete formula. Write this down. 2 heaping tablespoons of dried moringa leaves. If you get them fresh, use 4 tablespoons because they have more water. 1 stick of Ceylon cinnamon, approximately 7 centimeter long, or 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder if you cannot find the stick, and half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. Now, the preparation is crucial. It is not just throwing everything in hot water and done. The method matters because it determines which compounds are extracted and which are destroyed. You will need 500 milliliters of water. That is approximately 2.5 cups. Put the water in a small pot and bring it to the point of boiling. When you see the first bubbles, lower the heat to medium intensity. Add first the cinnamon stick or cinnamon powder. Let it simmer gently for 5 minutes. This releases the cinnamaldehyde without evaporating it. After those 5 minutes, add the moringa leaves and the turmeric. Here it is important. Do not boil the herbs. Turn off the heat immediately. Cover the pot and let it rest for 10 minutes. Why this process? Because moringa loses its active glycosides if it boils for too long. Extreme heat destroys them, but it needs enough heat to be extracted. That is why we add it at the end with the heat off. After 10 minutes, strain the infusion. You will obtain a liquid of dark amber color, slightly earthy, with an aroma that mixes spices and herbs. Do not add sugar, obviously, but do not add honey or stevia in this first week either. We want your sweet receptors to rest completely. If the taste is too strong for you, you can add the juice of half a lemon. Citric acid, in addition, helps the absorption of curcumin. The ideal temperature to drink it is warm, not hot, not cold, warm, approximately the temperature of your body between 35 and 40 degrees. Why? Because warm liquid is absorbed faster in your small intestine. The active compounds reach your bloodstream in 25 to 30 minutes, just in time for when you go to bed. And now comes the most important thing, the exact moment. Take this infusion between 30 and 45 minutes before going to bed. Not earlier because the effects dilute. Not later because you will be getting up to urinate when you have just fallen asleep. If you normally go to bed at 10 at night, take it at 9:15 or 9:30. If you go to bed at 11, take it at 10:15 or 10:30 and prepare for what is going to happen. During the first 2 hours of sleep, you will probably get up 1 or 2 times to urinate. It is completely normal. It is the accumulated glucose leaving. It is the elimination system activating after years of being asleep. Do not worry about the interruption of sleep. After the third night, your body adapts. The frequency decreases, but the elimination continues. Now, important medical warnings. If you are taking metformin or another hypoglycemic, do not stop your medications without medical supervision. This infusion will enhance their effects. Your glucose may drop more than expected. Monitor your fasting glucose every morning. If it drops below 90, reduce your medication dose after consulting with your doctor, not the other way around. Do not stop the infusion. Reduce the medication. If you have active kidney stones or advanced chronic kidney disease, consult before taking this. Moringa is diuretic and can mobilize small stones. If you are pregnant or breastfeeding, this formula is not for you. Moringa in high doses has effects on the uterus, and if you are allergic to any of these plants, obviously do not consume them. But if you have none of these contraindications, tonight you have in your hands the most powerful tool to begin cleaning your blood. Tonight, while you sleep, without side effects, only your body doing what it always knew how to do. Now that you know the exact formula, you need to understand how the complete transformation process works. Because this is not drinking a cup and expecting a miracle. It is activating a biological system that has been asleep for years, and that system wakes up in phases. 7 nights, that is all you need to prove that this works. Why exactly 7 nights? Because that is the time it takes for your body to renew the insulin cellular receptors, to regenerate the membranes of your pancreatic beta cells, to readjust your renal filtration cycles. Science calls it metabolic neuroplasticity. Your metabolism can relearn forgotten patterns in 7-day cycles. So let me explain what is going to happen night by night so you know exactly what to expect and do not get discouraged in the process. Night 1 and night 2, the awakening phase. This is the initial activation phase. Your body is recognizing the molecular signals it had not received for years. The SGLT2 transporters in your kidneys begin to relax. The gates open slowly. What are you going to experience? Significant increase in urinary frequency. You will get up between 2 and 4 times during the night. Your urine will be more abundant than normal, possibly a little darker because it is concentrated with waste. You may also feel mild thirst upon waking. It is normal. You are eliminating fluid and your body asks for replenishment. Drink water when you get up, not during the night. On these first 2 mornings, measure your fasting glucose. You probably will not see dramatic changes yet, maybe a reduction of 5 to 10 milligrams, but the important thing is happening at the cellular level where you still cannot see it. Do not get discouraged. The system is just turning on. Night 3 and night 4, the deep cleaning phase. This is where the visible magic begins. The renal transporters are now responding fully. Insulin sensitivity begins to improve. Your liver reduces nighttime glucose production. What are you going to notice? Your fasting glucose should drop between 15 and 25 milligrams per DL compared to your starting point. If you started at 160, you should be around 140 or less. Nighttime urinary frequency decreases a little. You no longer get up 4 times, maybe 2, but the amount of urine is still high. Your body is finding the rhythm. Something more important, your morning energy levels improve. You no longer wake up with that mental fog. Your eyes open more easily. Your body feels less inflamed. If you have mild retinopathy, you may notice that your vision is slightly clearer. It is not placebo. It is the reduction of glucose in the vitreous humor of your eyes. Night 5, 6, and 7, the stabilization phase. This is the phase where your body consolidates the changes. The renewed insulin receptors are functioning optimally. Your pancreas is producing better quality insulin. Your kidneys have memorized the new elimination pattern. Your fasting glucose should be between 20 and 40 milligrams below your starting point. If you started at 170, you should be around 130 or 140. If you started at 140, you could be close to 110. Nighttime urinary frequency normalizes. Maybe you get up once or not at all, but glucose elimination continues. Only your bladder has adapted to handling larger volumes. Visually, you will notice less swelling in your feet and ankles. Your hands no longer wake up numb. If you had tingling in your fingers, it decreases noticeably. And something many people report in this phase, the skin looks different, less dull, less yellowish, because protein glycation is decreasing and your tissues are receiving better oxygenation. Now, for these 7 nights to be truly effective, you need to accompany the infusion with smart dietary decisions. I am not asking you for an extreme diet. I am asking you to eliminate 5 poisons during these 7 days. Only 7 days. You can do anything for 7 days. Poison number 1, white flours, bread, tortillas, pasta, cookies, everything that is refined flour, because it spikes your glucose faster than pure sugar. Poison number 2, refined sugar. Obviously soft drinks, commercial juices, desserts, sweets. If it has added sugar, it does not enter your mouth during these 7 days. Poison number 3, white rice. Rice has a glycemic index of 89. It is almost like eating pure glucose. If you need rice, make it brown and only half a cup. Poison number 4, refined vegetable oils, soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil. They cause inflammation that blocks insulin receptors. Use olive oil or avocado oil. Poison number 5, alcohol. The liver cannot process alcohol and regulate glucose at the same time. During these 7 days, 0 alcohol. And now the 5 booster foods. These you must eat every day. Food 1, avocado. It contains fats that sensitize insulin and fiber that slows carbohydrate absorption. Eat half an avocado daily. Food 2, raw almonds. 20 almonds a day. They have magnesium that activates more than 300 metabolic enzymes, including those that process glucose. Food 3, broccoli, rich in sulforaphane, a compound that reduces hepatic glucose production. 1 cup daily, preferably steamed. Food 4, salmon or sardines, anti-inflammatory omega-3 that repairs cellular membranes damaged by glucose at least 3 times a week. Food 5, blueberries. The only red fruits with anthocyanins that improve beta cell function, half a cup daily. Every morning before breakfast, measure your glucose, write it down on your phone or on a piece of paper. You do not need a complicated table, just the date and the number. Day 1, 165. Day 2, 162. Day 3, 151. Day 4, 148, and so on. Those descending numbers are your proof, your evidence, your confirmation that the system is working. If at any moment your glucose drops below 85 fasting and you are taking medications, it is time to talk to your doctor to adjust the dose, because it means your body is responding faster than expected. And that is good, very good, but it needs supervision if you are medicated, because hypoglycemia is dangerous. After these 7 nights, you will have the definitive answer. Your body will have spoken to you with clear numbers, with improved symptoms, with recovered energy, and then you will have to make a decision. Do you continue activating your natural elimination system, or do you go back to depending solely on pills? The answer should be obvious, but that decision is yours. Tonight begins your first of 7 nights. We are reaching the end of this video, but in reality, you are reaching the beginning of something much bigger, the beginning of your liberation. Because tonight you are not going to sleep like a chronic patient resigned to getting worse. Tonight you are going to sleep like someone who has just regained control of their own body. And I want you to visualize with me what is going to happen in a few hours. It is 9:30 at night. You are in your kitchen. You have in front of you the moringa leaves, the Ceylon cinnamon stick, the turmeric powder. You put the water to heat. You follow each step exactly as I explained. 5 minutes with the cinnamon simmering gently. Turn off the heat. Add the moringa and the turmeric. Cover. Wait 10 minutes while the infusion turns into that amber liquid that is going to change your metabolism. Strain. Serve in your favorite cup. Add the juice of half a lemon. The temperature is perfect, warm, comforting. You sit down, breathe, and take the first sip. It is not just a tea, it is a statement. It is your body telling the disease, you no longer have power over me. You finish the cup in 10 minutes. It is 10:15. You brush your teeth, you go to bed at 10, and while your mind turns off and you enter that state of deep sleep, something extraordinary begins to happen inside you. The moringa glycosides reach your kidneys, they adhere to the SGLT2 transporters, they send them the signal, stop reabsorbing, allow the exit, and the gates open. The glucose that had been trapped in your blood for years, sticking to your nerves, hardening your arteries, clouding your eyes, begins to flow toward your renal tubules, from there to your bladder, and from your bladder out forever. While you sleep, your blood is cleaning itself cell by cell, molecule by molecule. Your body is doing what it always knew how to do but had forgotten. And when you wake up tomorrow, probably at 2 or 3 in the morning, with the urgent need to go to the bathroom, Do not get frustrated. Smile, because that urgency is your proof. That abundant urine is your victory. It is the toxic sugar leaving your organism without pills, without injections, without side effects. It is your body healing itself. And when you go back to bed and sleep until morning and you get up and measure your fasting glucose, maybe you will not see a dramatic change yet. Maybe you only drop 5 or 10 points. But it does not matter, because the process has already begun. The machinery has already been turned on. And every night you repeat this. Every night you activate that system. The change multiplies exponentially. Now, let me tell you something real, something that happened 3 months ago. Maria is 62 years old, type 2 diabetic for 8 years, fasting glucose oscillating between 175 and 190. She was taking metformin, glimepiride, and was about to start insulin. She found this method. She implemented it exactly as I just explained to you, 7 consecutive nights, without skipping any, without cheating with food. On the 7th day, her fasting glucose was at 142, a reduction of 40 millimolars. Her doctor could not believe it. He reduced her medication doses in half. 3 weeks later, she was at 118. He completely suspended the glimepiride. Today, 2 months later, she keeps her glucose between 105 and 115, only with minimal metformin and this nighttime infusion. I am not saying this is going to happen to you exactly like that. Every body is different. Every metabolism responds at its own pace. But I am saying that your body has the capacity. I am saying that the mechanism exists. I am saying that science confirms it, and people are experiencing it, and tonight you can begin to experience it too. So here are your 3 immediate steps for today. Step 1, get the ingredients: moringa leaves, Ceylon cinnamon, turmeric powder. Go to a natural store, search online, ask at the market. They are not expensive, they are not hard to find. Step 2, prepare your infusion exactly at 9:30 at night following the method I gave you. Do not improvise. Do not change the times. Follow the instructions to the letter. Step 3, take it 30 minutes before going to bed and allow yourself to trust your body. Tomorrow morning, measure your glucose. Write down the number. That is your starting point. And if you decide to do the full 7 nights, I want you to come back to this video in 1 week and leave me a comment with your result. Write, I started at X, I finished at Y, nothing more, just the numbers. Because your testimony can be the spark that someone else needs to start. And if this video gave you hope, if it showed you that there is a different way to face diabetes, share it. Share it with your sister who has been struggling for years, with your father who has already resigned himself, with your friend who believes there is no way out, with that person in your family who needs to know that their body is not their enemy. Because information that changes lives should not stay hidden. It should circulate. It should reach those who need it most. Look, the reversal of type 2 diabetes is not a miracle. It is not luck. It is not privileged genetics. It is biology. It is activating what your body already has. It is reminding your metabolism how to function correctly. And it all begins with a decision, with a cup, with one night. Your first night of freedom begins tonight. Not tomorrow, not next week, tonight. Because every day that passes with high glucose is a day of accumulated damage, and every night you activate your elimination system is a night of repair gained. You decide. I already gave you the tools, I gave you the science, I gave you the exact formula, I gave you the complete protocol. Now it is your turn to do your part. See you in 7 days with your blood cleaner, your glucose lower, and your hope restored. I am Dr. John Lupin, and remember, your body knows how to heal itself. It only needed someone to remind it how.